Good morning and welcome to another episode of Coffee with the Critters. This morning is a tidbit, which we live stream for 10, maybe 15 minutes. Try to keep it at 10. We live stream every Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. Eastern in all regards to the science of behavior, known as applied behavior analysis, with an array of different animals focusing on exotic animals. For those that may be new, my name is Laura Joseph, owner of the Animal Behavior Center. We're an international educational online resource for teaching people about behavior through working with animals. We focus on helping animals and people learn with respect and trust using the science of behavior called applied behavior analysis. Our teaching and guidance services are both virtual and in person, and we teach people how to empower and enrich animals' lives through modifying behavior, teaching new behaviors, and trust through understanding the science of behavior without the need for force or aversives, right? So a week ago, I would not have thought I would be sitting here with a cockatiel on my finger. And just before we get started, we're going to show some live stream training with this little dude who is a foster cockatiel that we have decided the other night to name Noodle. So if you want to find out more about the information that we do here, you can go to our website, theanimalbehaviorcenter.com, where you will find all of our online services, our in-person events, our blog, and how to contact me. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Noodle. Good morning, everybody. Some people may not have birds. Some people may not care for birds. Some people may not have cockatiels, but it doesn't matter. If you're interested in understanding the science of behavior, we use these approaches with our timber wolves and our array of different species of birds, our alligators, our ring-tailed lemurs. I have two deaf dogs at home I use the same approach with. And if I don't know what I was gonna say. But anyways, so I have had Noodle for you see yourself? Not even a week. Kelly Pearson helped put me in touch with him. He is a very young 9-month-old um, cockatiel who lost his home and was in a shelter. So Kelly Pearson helped me get in touch with this little dude. That's been his name since Friday night, or Thursday night. But uh, he lost his home. I'm taking him in as a foster to help show people how you can where do you begin working. Very rarely do I have the opportunity to work with an animal this young. Um, Usually they come to me much older, and I'm doing a lot of counter conditioning, which means retraining. So this whole week, I started training him immediately the first time brought him home. So if that animal can see, hear, smell, or feel you, you are training it, whether you realize it or not. The key question is, what are you training it to do? Um, and I'm gonna show you some live stream training because I've got a little setup here right beside me, which he's never seen before. This is a young, fresh mind. I want the opportunity he's gonna learn to do things whether you want him to or not. The key question is, what foundations can you teach him that's gonna set his future up for success. So there's Madison. Maddie says, "Good morning, Laura and Noodle." Do you recognize her, Noodle? So we've been live streaming our training in the Parrot Project. I've started a training journal. We're showing it there in the Parrot Project. Um, and I'm going to have a little contest here in a minute. But I wanted to show you some training we're doing. So when Noodle came to me, that was not his name, but there was a behavior issue already starting to develop, which was he would go to the shoulder and he wouldn't get off off the shoulder. Um, he would go to the shoulder, bite earrings, bite anything around the ears. Doo doo doo. Yeah, so we have accomplished quite a lot today or this past week. I haven't even known him a whole week. So far, we've got him targeting to the finger, moving where I point my finger, obviously stationing someplace other than the shoulder. He's learning how to fly. Um, and I love that. So I can teach him what I want him to do when he starts learning how to fly everywhere. What else have we trained? We've trained Kiss. I've got my kitchen table set up as a training station where I'm starting crate training with him. And today I'm going to show you some scale training. So yesterday I brought home a scale from the center. He has never seen this scale and he's never seen the perch that the scale goes on. And I have moved a stand right next to me where I have the scale and the perch sitting there. And he seems to be comfortable with it sitting behind him. This is why I always say keep your animal used to change. So let's get this off of the screen so I can enlarge it and show you. And we're going to start with some scale training, but I'm not used to making foraging toys for small birds because I don't have a lot of small birds. My smallest bird is a Taraco. So this is the foraging toy I made for him the other day. It's full of a bunch of things, a bunch of crispy, crunchy things. And you'll always hear me say, if you don't want your animal to do something, you need to replace it with another behavior. What do you want it to do instead? So Noodle has been climbing down my arms and chewing on my keyboard. I don't want that to happen. And it's happened at least twice now. So that behavior is maintaining or increasing. So it's being reinforced. I need to replace it with another behavior. So I've already identified a highly valuable reinforcer, um, millet, for him, and he knows where I keep it when I'm sitting here working at my computer. So let me show you this setup I have. You can see the perch right there. This is the importance of why I say keep your animals used to change. So I'm getting ready to introduce him to, he's never seen this stand before. It always sits to the left of the desk behind the door. And then you'll see I have a white scale and this T-perch that we use for marula. My intention with Noodle is I would love him to be an ambassador of his species, for people that come in to do workshops, and in the parrot project. Okay, what did I do with my reinforcer? His reinforcer. Oh, there it is. This is the importance of why I say keep your animals used to change, because this is a tiny little bird. Those are big changing objects. So let's see how I'm going to show you how I introduce him to this. All right. So watch his change of behavior as soon as I bring out the millet, which I call bird crack. Okay. I have it here in my hand. What's up, little dude? It's Noodle. Okay. So some things I'm paying attention to is he has his back turned to an unfamiliar object. Okay, now he doesn't. It's turning to the side. Okay, so what I could do, good. Even though I'm moving that perch, I'm paying close attention to how he's reacting to it. If I wanted to, I could put this in a familiar area for him. So he just went up to my shoulder. Why? Is it because he's not comfortable with that proximity? Good. So he came back down to my finger. Good. Is that good? Good. Good. Ooh, okay. if you're in our online memberships, you know I just used one of the 4 main factors of reinforcer effectiveness. So I'm going to see if I can get him to turn around. Turn around. Good. Okay, and here's something I wanted to point out. Can you step up? Good. Oh, that's what we worked on this week too. Step up, step down. So this perch could wobble. That wobbling, that unsteady base could be an aversive. So I'm luring, which means showing the reinforcer to get the behavior. So I can stop luring by dropping this to the side. Ask, good. So I'm placing it in front of this black stand so it's out of his view. Good. I'm going to do some reps. Okay, I asked him differently that time. Before I've been going up like this. This time I came back behind here. Whole new behavior. Up here. So I'm luring. Drop the lure. Ask a turn of good. Good. And you'll also hear me say sometimes one of the biggest mistakes people make in training is asking too big of steps. So I still have to use the lure. Now he's not paying attention to me. So I'm going to wait. Good. Drop the lure. Ask good. Asking him to turn around. Now I'm going to do a drop the lure. Good. So what I'm doing is fading out the lure. I'm going to ask him to step up. I faded out the, well, nope. Okay. We still need the lure. Dropping it. Turn. Good. Good. Okay. Something's making him nervous. And that plant is new because it was dying in my living room. Okay, so he wants to get down on the stand and eat up all the leftover millet. Fine. Good. He is hesitating a little bit and stepping up onto this. Good. Stand now. I need to identify why. Good. It might be the vent blowing on that plant and it's moving the leaves ever so slightly. Those are the subtle things I'm paying attention to. Drop, turn. Good. Now, if I want him to stay there, I need to work on good, increasing duration. Good. My word good is my bridge. Good. This is how I teach him to stay there until cued to do otherwise. I have to shape good those small increments of time. But due to the timing of this, I want to get him on a scale. I really want to get a weight on him. Good. So I'm going to get a weight on him. And my little contest is going to be guess his weight. Put what you think his weight is going to be in the comments. And the person who gets it closest or exactly is going to get a trial to a new service I'm getting ready to announce. So I'm going to zero out the scale. He went back to my shoulder. But because I put the scale down here, it's something I'm now changing. I'm training a new behavior. Before I just had the perch down there. Now I have the scale. Okay, so I'm going to wait because he's had quite a bit of reinforcer. And this may be too much. If I don't get the weight today, I will get the weight. Good. So him stepping up is telling me he's ready. Let's see if he'll step up. Okay. Ask him to turn around. I do believe it's that plant. Good. 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 I gotta wait because we're getting ready to have a harness made for him. Good. Well, it is being made because we're going to start the harness training because this little guy is a flying, starting to. Good. Nice job, Noodle. So I will take a look at the comments, and whoever came close or got it exactly is going to get a free trial to a new service I'm getting ready to announce. So if you want to see more about the work I do, you can go to our website, which is theanimalbehaviorcenter.com, where you'll find more about our online consultations, our online memberships, our day with the trainer, which we have somebody coming in 2 weeks for that, our webinars, our in-person workshops, and so much more. You can also feel free to email me if you have any questions at Lara, Lara, at theanimalbehaviorcenter.com. These are some of our memberships, online memberships we have. Good morning, everybody. I also want to mention our nonprofit, the Sam I Can Foundation, which is what brought Noodle in. And if you're interested in volunteering with us, you're going to have to be local. We used to have people that drove 3 hours to get to us to volunteer, and I'm just going to tell you that's too far. So our volunteers help with cleaning, feeding, training, and so much more of the wide variety of species that we have in our care. So with that said, I want to say thank you. And Noodle says, Noodle saying thank you. I can't believe I have a bird in my house. We want to say thank you, and we will see you next weekend for another episode of Coffee with Critters.